Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and welcome to the beginnings of my Warhammer 2 tournament, which I am holding to celebrate 5,000 subscribers on the channel. Now, I'm sure you will be eager to point out that the channel is actually closer to 6,000 subscribers and are wondering what has taken me so long. Well, I had to put YouTube on the back burner at the beginning of this year, and many of my videos, hot seats, and of course this tournament were delayed until my return. So apologies that it has taken so long, but at the cusp of hitting 6,000 subscribers, I am ready to begin uploading the replays from this epic tournament. And if you are watching this and you haven't already subscribed, please do. It's free and it really means a lot to me and goes a long way to supporting the channel. Now, if you are new to the channel and are unaware of this tournament and its rules, I have made a dedicated Warhammer tournament playlist where you will find all of the uploads as well as the announcement video which outlines the rules and regulations. So I encourage you to give that announcement video a watch and it will give you a better idea of what to expect over the next few weeks. So let's go ahead and meet the brave warriors who have thrown in their names for the tournament. It was originally supposed to be 16 players, however we did have 2 dropouts before the tournament began. It was unfortunate, but I could not find any replacements for those 2 slots, so they will remain vacant. Now, my target for this tournament will be 1 to 2 uploads per week, and we will begin today with AZRIEN Fox versus Tattoos and Welding. Welcome everyone to the first battle in this tournament, and this is of course the first battle between AZRIEN Fox and Tattoos and Welding. And I've decided with this tournament that we are going to begin every replay by taking a quick look at the strategic overview, and this is so that you guys can kind of see where the troops are deployed, in what types of formations they have them in, and also what units are brought to the battlefield. So this will be a good thing to kind of set the stage for the replay that we are about to see. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder that this is a tournament style replay, so there's not going to be too much in the way of zoom-ins to get more cinematic shots. It's mostly an overview, and I want to make sure that I survey the battle as a whole so that we don't miss anything, and also so that we can see what types of strategies are employed. So just keep that in mind when you are watching these replays. So let's go ahead and dive on in. So we have Tattoos and Welding on the left, who is playing as the Dread Fleet, and we have AZRIEN Fox on the right, who is playing as the Clan Moors, I believe. He's playing as the Skaven. And right away, I'm sure you guys can see these 4 units of Night Runners that are hidden in the trees just to the left of Tattoos and Welding's forces. And for this replay, I'm just going to refer to him as Tattoo and AZRIEN Fox as AZRIEN. It just makes it a lot easier. But I don't think that Tattoo knows that those Night Runners are there, so his bloated corpse may be in a little bit of trouble if those Night Runners can focus them down. But it looks like the rest of his line, he's got some zombie pirate gunnery mob in the front line. He also has a unit of mortars. We've got some deck droppers with bombers here. And then right behind that, we've got a long line of zombie pirate deckhand mob. So about 5 units of them, it looks like. And then we've got some animated hulks right behind that. So some heavy hitting infantry in the third line. And then we've got Count Noctilus, of course, on the battlefield. And we've got a polearm unit, zombie pirate deckhand mob polearm, and a Necrofex Colossus. Now, looking at AZRIEN, of course, he does have the 4 units of Night Runners at the top, but we've got a long line of Clanrag spears with shields. Actually, we've got 3 of them, and then we've got 4 of the Clanrats with shields, the sword units. Right behind that, we've actually got a couple units of Storm Vermin with halberds, and then we have 2 units of Storm Vermin sword and shield, so those are going to rip through the zombie pirate deckhand mobs. So interesting to see if maybe the numbers over here will help to hold them back. But again, the Skaven are known for their numbers as well. They've got a lot of units in their front line. Right behind that, we've got Queek Headtaker, and then we have an Assassin, and we have a Hellpit Abomination as well. So that is pretty much it for the strategic overview, so let's go ahead and get to the battle. Alright, so it looks like we do have AZRIEN Fox and his Skaven forces moving forwards to try and take that hill advantage. However, we do have a lot of mortar shots from the 2 units of mortars brought by Tattoos that are just beginning to wear down the Skaven before they even get to the Dreadfleet's lines. You can see that we do have the Clan Rats with shields being, Clan Rat Spears with shields being focused down, but I'd like to see him focus. Yes, perfect. Okay, so Tattoos has noticed that there is some Storm Vermin on the battlefield, and he's going to begin focusing these very potent units. Destroying them before they see melee is definitely going to give him an edge on the battlefield. Now, we did have the activation of the 4 units of Night Runners beginning to wear down the zombie pirate gunnery mob on this left-hand side, but we have a bloated corpse, actually, that may just catch them. There we go. That was actually a huge hit, killing quite a few Skaven in that tree line and actually breaking one of the Night Runners, so that is excellent to see. And unfortunately, AZRIEN, he did not bring any artillery, so now he has to push forward and fight Tattoo on his own time. We did have some of the zombie pirate gunnery mob volleying the Clan Rats as they came down the hill, but now we have the battle line being formed, and it looks like AZRIEN really focusing heavily on this right-hand side. You can see that he's got one of the units of Clan Rats that is just caught by the animated hulks of Tattoo, but we have another Clan Rat Spear unit with shields that is completely free to encircle these units. And remember, these are zombie pirate deckhand mob. They are not going to be able to hold for very long in the face of overwhelming Skaven numbers. And actually, well done over here. It looks like AZRIEN managing to force one of the mortar crews from their equipment, but Tattoo, well aware of this, he did summon a unit of zombie pirate deckhand mob, which enabled that unit to escape, and we've got the activation of the deckhand mob polearm unit pushing in to, again, just secure this flank. But look at all of the wavering that I am seeing from the Dreadfleet. Just the overwhelming Skaven numbers are insane. However, the Skaven, they have very terrible morale, so if Tattoos can get his other mortar, it is right there to fire onto these blobs and just cause chain routes. That may save his front line from disaster. We also have the Helmet Abomination in behind the lines of the zombie pirate deckhand mob, but the Necrofex Colossus with the point-blank shots into the back of that Hellpit. And it looks like now that Noctilus has pushed in over here, he is starting to hold the morale of some of his units. Where is Queek Taker? He is actually making his way closer to Noctilus, so we actually may see a general fight in this battle. But there we go. We've already got some of the Clan Rats breaking and returning to battle. It's one of the things that they do best in Total War Warhammer. We've also got these Night Runners over here that were broken but have come back. AZRIEN needs to notice that and activate them. And this is going to be really bad news for the Clan Moors or the Skaven, having the deck droppers over here just destroying them from behind. You can see that they are shaken, a lot of damage being sustained, more rats actually running back up the slopes. I am shocked that this zombie pirate deckhand mob has held so well. But there is Noctilus again getting some more spells down onto the lines of the Clan Rats. And Queek Taker is kind of coming closer. It looks like they may actually have a battle very soon. How are we looking over here in the forest, though? We've got some of the zombie pirate gunnery mob taking on the Night Runners in the tree line. And we have a 1v1 duel between the Necrofex Colossus and the Hellpit Abomination. Looks like the Hellpit is taking the worst end of that deal, getting a lot of damage sustained upon it, whereas the Necrofex Colossus is pretty much at full health at this point. But AZRIEN, as his units have returned to the battlefield, he continues to send them in on the beleaguered lines of zombie pirate deckhand mob. This unit with 41 remaining has drained morale. They should be cracking any minute under the overwhelming pressure. We've got 38 versus 90 plus 92. We've got 99 of the Clan Rat Spears with shields. We've got 103 and 89, all pressuring these very depleted units here. I think those animated hulks really helping out to crack that Skaven morale. And over here, of course, animated hulks challenging the Queek Taker himself. But this is looking pretty intense. I think the balance of power is starting to move in favor of Tattoos. Again, it looks like they did have a bit of a man advantage at the beginning. The Skaven did, my apologies, but now it looks like, yeah, Tattoos definitely has more men on the battlefield here, and that Helpet Abomination is definitely going down. It's being volleyed from behind. Perfect positioning there by that zombie pirate gunnery mob. That Abomination is going to try and escape, but it is brought down just at the tree line. And I'm sure that the Skaven morale is not looking very hot. You can see that Queek Headtaker is really not doing too well. Oh, another good spell being put down onto these units. And that has shattered this unit. Yep, that unit is not returning. And again, the mortar shots as well. We've just got an absolute chain break. Or sorry, chain route as the units begin to break. And there we go. Quick and dirty, like most Warhammer battles. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second battle between AZRIEN and Tattoo. Welcome to the second battle between Tattoos and Welding and AZRIEN Fox, and you can see that Tattoos in the center has deployed very similarly to his last battle. Very aggressive and ready to take that hill. He's got a lot of his heavy infantry, the Marauders with great weapons in the front lines. He's got some Skinwolves, I believe, 2 units of them. We've got a Marauder Hunter. We've got Throg on the battlefield, some Marauder Hunters with Javelins. On the flanks, we've got 2 units of Marauder Spearmen, and he actually brought 2 Feral Mammoths in reserve with some Marauders. And again, very aggressive stance here, ready to push that ridge in the center. But AZRIEN Fox has developed a lot more of a defensive approach, again, deploying very far away from that ridge. I think he just doesn't want that artillery barrage from the first battle to happen in this battle and force his hand. I think that if AZRIEN was able to slow his attack, or not attack at all and let Tattoo come to him, it may have been a very different story. So he has deployed he's deployed further back, more towards the back corner of the map, and he's got 4 units of the men-at-arms with shields. He's got 4 units of foot squires. We have a Damsel of the Heavens on his left-hand side and Lewin Leoncoeur on the right-hand side. We've got 4 units of peasant bowmen. And right in the trees here, he's got 4 powerful units of Bretonnian Knights. You've got 2 Knights of the Realm, a Questing Knight, and a Grail Knight. And I believe that the only thing able to challenge those Knights for speed might be those Skin Wolves. So we'll see if he is able to use that cavalry to great effect and just run circles around the slower Norskin infantry. But that is it, so let's go ahead and get to this battle. Alright guys, as I predicted, it looks like Tattoo is going to aggressively take that ridge in the center. He's got his Skin Wolves moving up quickly to conquer that hill, and his infantry is moving very quickly to join them. But I think he thought that AZRIEN would have been hidden right behind this Alpine ridge, ready to attack, but that is not the case. We've got the Bretonnians actually circling around the ridge, which is interesting. So instead of trying to beat the Norskins to that ridge, AZRIEN has just decided to go around it and maybe deploy far enough back that it will force Tattoo to actually be the one to move to the Bretonnian lines. And again, the Bretonnians actually have 4 units of bowmen, and I think that Tattoo only had 1 unit of javelins, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So he does not have enough skirmishers to be able to sit back idly and allow the Bretonnians to just pummel their ranks with arrows. Be interesting to see Lewin Leoncoeur as well. I don't think that he will be powerful like Throg in melee. Throg is a pretty heavy, big boy, as you can see from his massive Warhammer. He's just waiting for his infantry to move in. Again, the Norskins not really ones to sit back and have skirmish phases. They're probably going to push in and attack quite quickly, leaving the Bretonnians to utilize their peasant bowmen is not the best option for Norska. It looks like we did have the Damsel of the Heavens beginning to put down some spells on the ranks of the Norskins, and yes, that has activated Tattoo to push forwards with his mainline infantry. We've got the Marauders with great weapons pushing on in. Now, the cavalry, AZRIEN is being very careful to keep this cavalry in the tree line, so I don't know if Tattoo has noticed them just yet, but look at the damage that those peasant bowmen are already inflicting upon these lightly armored marauders. That is not good for the Norskins and for Tattoo. We've also got the Damsel of Heavens way up in the front lines here. I don't know why she is pushed so far forwards. Maybe to try and hold some of the units there so that the peasant bowmen have time to volley, but the Feral Mammoth is just going to push directly through that man-at-arms line. We've got the other one coming in as well, and these Skinwolves are trying to flank, so AZRIEN might have to commit some of his questing knights here to stop that from happening. Over here as well, you can see that these Skinwolves have just destroyed that peasant bowman unit and are now attacking Lewin Leoncoeur himself. Some of the other peasant bowmen trying to pull back as quickly as possible. This Skinwolf unit, unfortunately, was left out in the open, but not a very good charge by those questing knights. I do have to say, the Skinwolves managed to hold them back. The Feral Mammoths are being targeted by what's left of the peasant bowmen, and this one is just keen on destroying that bow unit. And this is not looking good for the Bretonnians at this point. The Marauders did take the bigger damage moving down off the hilltop, but now they have just so many other troops to be able to wrap around and flank the mainline infantry. And I think AZRIEN is having a big problem trying to contain these Feral Mammoths as they just walk through his battle lines. But there we go. Well done to AZRIEN with a huge charge from those Knights of the Realm on the backs of those Marauders with great weapons. We've got Throg chasing down the Damsel of Heavens, but then he quickly realizes that there is some Knights of the Realm getting behind his lines. This is going to be a good charge, though. I know I said I wasn't going for cinematics, but here we go. Yes, Bretonnian justice from the rear. All of that cavalry really being put to work there to try and salvage this situation. But yes, the men-at-arms of Shields have shattered at this point. We've got the Feral Mammoth moving into the reserve line, the Foot Squires. And it looks like most of the peasant bowmen have been obliterated. We've got one other unit over here and one unit trying to disengage, but there's nothing to stop those Feral Mammoths from just wreaking havoc on the battlefield. It looks like we do have the Damsel of Heavens returning. She is going into melee, trying to stop the Marauders with great weapons from chasing down that cavalry. And we've got another good charge here into the Marauder Hunters. Again, AZRIEN just trying to cycle that cavalry in and out. And we have the brave Lewin Leoncoeur himself actually challenging the Feral Mammoth while he was just knocked out of the way. Feral Mammoths, a pretty hard thing to deal with on the battlefield if you are not expecting them. And Tattoo doesn't have one, he has two of them. Taking a look at the man count, it was 1191 to 1442. So AZRIEN did deploy again more men than Tattoos in Welding. But just having all these men surrounding the Feral Mammoth, it just isn't enough. It is pushing through, throwing all the Bretonnians to the ground. What is left if we take a look at the battlefield as a whole? There is no battle line anymore, that is for sure. Again, those peasant bowmen just desperately trying to focus those Feral Mammoths. In fact, one of the Feral Mammoths is actually over here causing some damage to those Knights of the Realm. AZRIEN Fox again trying to withdraw them from that engagement because cavalry versus a Feral Mammoth, yeah, I think the Feral Mammoth is going to win. And he did by breaking the Knights of the Realm. Balance of power is still quite even, I do have to say. Where is Throg in all of this? Where is he? He is over here actually fighting some of the Foot Squires. We've got another unit here of Grail Knights that are moving in. Where are they going to be charging? I'm not exactly sure. A lot of the Marauder infantry have been destroyed. We have a pretty healthy unit of Marauder spears in the center, which could be hit by the cavalry. One of the Feral Mammoths has gone out of control, but it looks like while being out of control, it has chosen the perfect direction of attack, going back into the Bretonnian King, Lewin Leoncoeur. The other one is out of control as well, though. Oh, no, it just came back, so hopefully Tattoo will notice that and get it to attack those units that are chasing him. But actually, it looks like one of them is breaking. Pretty even still, I would say, but again, the balance of power is starting to climb into favor of Tattoos and Welding. Pretty much all of his units are destroyed, bar a unit of archers here. We've got a unit of cavalry, some depleted infantry units, and Lewin Leoncoeur. And I don't think Lewin Leoncoeur is going to be able to hold them on his own. Now, AZRIEN Fox, he has not played Total War Warhammer very much. In fact, one thing I did stress in the announcement video is that there is varying degrees of skill level throughout this tournament, and AZRIEN, he did decide to join this tournament, but he hasn't played Total War Warhammer all that much, whereas Tattoos and Welding is a little bit more skillful. But even so, not to take away from, it looks like a 2-0 victory for Tattoos and Welding. Well done, sir. I don't think that the 255 Bretonnians are going to come back from this. And here we go. It looks like we've got some of the knights just being destroyed by that feral mammoth. And there we go. Just a quick break of all the Bretonnian units, and I'm sure Lewin Leoncoeur has broken as well. Looks like Throg was engaging him towards the end of that battle. But there we go. That is the second battle won by Tattoos and Welding. So unfortunately, AZRIEN has been eliminated from the tournament, and Tattoos will move on to the next round. So that concludes these two battles. So hopefully you are really pumped, or as pumped as I am, to get some Warhammer 2 content on the channel. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And as always, I will see you in the next one.